Hey guys, welcome back. So we've got a little bit of a surprise up our sleeve here for Matt. I haven't actually told him what we're going to be reviewing, but I told him we're going to be doing a product review. Mm-hmm. So amongst the 110 driver shafts we have, 352 in total, but 110 of which are drivers, we've picked the absolute lightest shaft in golf to test today. Okay. So we've got the Mitsubishi Gran Basara, the first sub 30 gram shaft in golf.
So it's
29 grams.
29 grams.
29 grams.
That's what you've done here.
So this is the Gran Basara 29 gram shaft.
There it is.
Regular flex. So
good. Good regular flex.
Regular flex is about as stiff as we could get one. So really unique shaft by Mitsubishi, completely designed to cater to the player who just wants to make the golf club overall weight lighter.
Gotcha.
Okay, we talked a lot recently about swing weight, adjusting head weights to make that possible. So this one is this is for the golfer who's trying to make the overall weight of the golf club lighter to swing it a little bit faster.
Interesting. And how does that contrast from what you've said in the past with a little more head weight, often giving more ball speed? That's not swing speed, that's ball speed, strictly?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we increase the head mass, we generally pick up some ball speed, Matt. You're absolutely right. So this is different. So even though the shaft though is lighter, making the overall mass more down at the toe, instead of down at the head.
The head, yeah.
The swing weight of the golf club, because shaft weight overall plays a part in swing weight as well. So
of course, yeah.
Actually, with this, I weighed it earlier on. So it comes in at D1.
Just
so it's
pretty,
not like
pretty standard,
pretty
right?
Standard stuff. So just because the shaft is extremely light doesn't mean that all the weight moves up to the head. So the full beam length of that shaft plays a part as well, Matt.
Cool.
So we're going to make a few swings with that. Really kind of niche product. We tend to give it into the hands of our kind of senior golfers who are kind of struggling with the 65, 55 gram shafts that are coming in stock drivers nowadays, and they just want something that they can feel that they get that zip back to their golf swing.
Right.
Obviously, Mitsubishi being a real kind of company known for their premium materials, they are the one company in golf that every single ingredient that goes into the golf shaft is sourced in-house.
Really?
So they don't outsource the graphite, the resin, any of the ingredients into that shaft. It all comes from within Mitsubishi.
Interesting.
And actually, bit of a kind of industry secret is a lot of companies out there will source their materials from Mitsubishi. Yeah. Huh. So they do all that stuff in house, and they do a phenomenal job. So the way you're able to make a 29 gram shaft, literally half the weight of a normal shaft, if we call a 60 gram shaft of the normal weight, which it is. Yeah. If you look in most stock drivers, most of them are about 60 grams, aren't they?
They seem to be, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, in order to get that light, you obviously have to access some of the sort of stronger but sort of higher elasticity bearing sort of materials out there.
Right.
So they use a material called MR70, which is about 20% stronger and 10% more elastic, so more sort of stronger to the bend. You sort of stress is placed on it.
Is it kind of a carbon fiber?
Yep. Just a different material, so it can kind of bear the load of the golf swing a little bit more. So we thought we'd put it and give it a true test of that today and get you hitting some.
See how it does.
Have a little fun with it. We're not by any means saying we're going to swing get Matt into swinging this thing anytime soon.
That's interesting though.
You've never swung anything this light, have you?
No. And a few years ago, it seemed like the trend was starting to go really low in shaft weight. Have you said that that's kind of gone away to some degree?
It has. It really has. I mean, I think one of the challenges you've got is with the material composition of a shaft, trying to get something that's light but strong, has all the characteristics of a stable shaft, because we're trying to make it be, as we always talk about, those two things, a timing device and an energy production device.
Right.
So for a lot of people, 29 grams is too light.
It's too light,
You're going to lose the feel of where that club is in your swing and that sort of thing. Now, if you're swinging the driver at 70 miles an hour, you're probably not going to lose the feel of where that is. It's probably going to give you a really nice feeling. So That's kind of where the Gran Basara comes in to our shaft lineup.
Cool.
There's always been an interesting thing with super lightweight shafts for me. I remember when Matrix came out with the Rain shaft a few years ago, and that was golf's first sub 40 gram shaft.
Okay.
They're designed to be quite higher, a little higher launch and higher spinning. We know that shafts don't really spin, but they've always had the opposite effect for me.
Really?
Like I've always found them, to be honest, to be kind of almost some of the flatter ball flights that come out there, which
Weird.
is really, really interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what you do with it today.
Yeah.
Get your sort of feedback. You know, sometimes we obviously we let you do the test and then we review afterwards. We're going to keep the cameras running because I think
we'll chat about it.
We want to chat it to it as it goes. So why don't we hit a few and see what's going on?
And hopefully we can kind of pique the interest about shaft weight in general, generate some questions, and then we'll do some follow-up videos trying different weights. This is obviously in extreme, but a little bit of fun. But generate some questions about shaft weight. I know we've had some curiosity.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think for the viewers out there who are looking for a shaft that can maybe make them kind of get that speed back that they feel like they've lost in their game, this is one to try. The little asterisk next to that is it comes with a pretty hefty price tag. So anytime you're accessing the really high-end materials like MR70, like we talked about in that, you're getting into some of the pricier golf shafts. Graphite Design, they also have their own version of this called the Chichibu, which is again Chichibu is 41 grams, but starts at actually a longer length. So the way you want to find out what the true weight of the shaft is, you basically take the weight, divide it by the length of the raw length of the shaft. So 41 would be the weight. Divide it by 47, which is the how long it is, 47 inches, and then times it by 43.5. That's how you find out the true weight of a golf shaft.
Because that's what you're going to build it
That's
to.
because that's what you're going to do. So if you ever want to know the true weight of the shaft, not the raw weight, the raw weight at its full length.
That's interesting.
That's how you.
And that's true of any shaft.
Any shaft, and I always do that. So if I'm in a fit, and I want to know the true sort of weight of it. Even if it says it's, because if it's 47 inches raw and I'm going to play it half an inch under length, like I want to know we're probably losing 6 grams there.
True.
So it might take it into a weight range that I'm not comfortable with for the player. So again, controlling the variables is always important.
It's interesting, yeah.
Okay.
Shall we?
Let's do it. Let's hit a few. So we're all set. We're kind of going to probably not go crazy on the speed.
I'm a little afraid of it. Breaking.
Hopefully Matt doesn't wrap it around his neck.
If I'm honest.
Impale himself.
Does feel quite light, as you say.
Yeah, I mean there'll be a couple little interesting ones early on just to get your timing down with it, I'm sure.
That's an understatement. That's got...
You look like you swung that at about 110 miles an hour, at least 10% down.
It actually almost felt like it was kind of wobbling around in the follow through.
But the reason it looked like 110 because it was 110.
A good guess. Yeah. Almost like you know what you're doing, eh?
Not the first day on the job.
It kind of felt like it was doing that on the way through. It would be just kind of doing this afterwards.
It's deflected, isn't it? I mean, there's, we've also picked the heaviest head weight in the market this year. Help. 205 grams. So
I mean, the balance of it overall, if I just raise the club, feels quite nice. But as soon as you start to move it,
you really feel the deflection.
Lots of flex. But I can see someone who wants to pick up some speed. You feel like he can just whip it fast. But I don't know that I'm comfortable swinging too fast.
This club's basically going to be a tempo trainer for Matt.
Yeah, actually, that's a good. It's kind of what it feels like. Yeah. It kind of feels like that. Might have hit myself in the back in the downswing there. Okay, so we got the speed up a bit. It's a really weird sensation.
Now you realize why, though, we so often refer to as a timing device.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because your timing is non-existent with this. Because you can't really feel, what the head is doing in motion.
No. The follow through by far is the strangest feeling I've ever had.
Is it really?
Golf club. It's really weird. Yeah, because this is the sensation.
Yeah.
You feel that.
Yeah.
I guess as it's kind of rebounding almost. We got to hit one straight. Sort of straight.
I'll allude to a little session we done earlier today when we were working on. We were actually doing some ball testing.
Yes.
Earlier today, and you put on probably the best display of driving I've ever seen you put on.
It's as good as I can hit it.
As good as you can hit it. You know, every ball flight just looked the same. Look how different these are. Well, we can't remotely get two that look the same.
I mean, this is a super extreme test, but this is an example of what going too light and too soft might do for you.
This is it.
Throw your timing way, way off.
Yeah, I mean, this is the value the shaft provides in the whole scenario right here. So it's got to have some ability to stabilize your swing.
All right, let's finish on a good one.
Closer.
That is about as good as it's going to be, I think.
Can you give us one more where you just maybe crank that speed up a little bit?
You're scaring me.
I know.
All right, fine.
All right, 116, you were getting a little more adventurous there.
So we got to get what's fair. We got to go 120?
Yeah.
All right.
Give us a good one.
Don't know if I would have got. I'm still afraid.
It's just, you know, I can hear the high pitch sound of the strike, Matt. Just
really
it tells
clunky.
me that you're really on the perimeter of the golf club when it comes to the strike point. I mean, you gave us 120. We just, you know, we can't. We have no sweet spot awareness with this particular club because the shaft is in so much deflection. Obviously, you know, once we get you know, gears to be able to play with to kind of see what's going on, it'll be interesting to redo this test and go, okay, Matt's standard gamer is deflecting, rotating, twisting like this.
Yeah.
This other shaft is doing so much more of the extreme, and that's why we're unable. I mean, we're 30 millimeters from the sweet spot of the club.
Like, it's not uncommon for me to hit somewhat toey drives, but I don't hit the low end of the club very often. So it's amazing how much influence that's had on the strike location, which again, not like we haven't chatted about this before, but another example of the fact that it is possible.
Maybe swing one a little slower. So swing one, just give it a nice little bunty one down the left side, high draw. Just control that face nicely. Really nice and smooth. Yeah, it's just super soft for you.
Better. I would say it was easier to find the middle of the face that time.
Well, I was curious to see if it would have a different sort of almost feel from a timing perspective. If you didn't feel that kind of almost the shaft reload after impact.
And it didn't.
Right.
Yeah, it actually felt much more normal. I still felt that nothing but a draw was going to happen. I'll go a little smoother on this one, maybe.
Hit me a fade with this one.
A little fade?
Mm-hmm. That's better.
Yeah, so again, just dialing it back right away, it actually it feels completely different.
Feels quite nice when you actually,
fine,
yeah. So that's just obviously putting the right person's hands at the right sort of speed is going to be the key. Little bit of fun, you know, just nothing. We're just highlighting some of the really advanced materials, and MR70 is something that will be introduced into some other shafts in the near future, along with some other materials. I mean, if graphene gets a little further down the line, and they're able to put, you know, graphene with its strength to weight ratio, MR70 with its strength to weight ratio plus its elasticity capabilities, we may see some shafts that get extremely light, extremely strong. You know, where even the strongest guys, you know, the faster guys can really benefit from the weight savings and that, but we shall see.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be good, again, as we mentioned, to get people's comments about shaft weights, maybe their experiences. Mm-hmm. Give us your ideas about what would be, you know, some more follow-up videos about shaft weight.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a fun test. This was, I mean, I knew it would be a little off, let's be honest. It's not like we thought this would be a good fit, but I think the shaft weight discussion, maybe not the most commonly understood thing. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I think just just to further our point of the role of the shaft in the whole equation and the role that it plays. I mean, we're not opening up that kind of can of worms again, but
it's different.
It's just, you know, you can't devalue the role of the shaft.
Yep.
So, and from a timing standpoint, we definitely can't say that the shaft is high spin or anything. I mean, we saw spin rates at 1200, 1100. We also saw them at 3900. So what the shaft is doing is it's destabilizing impact, whether that be the location strike point, whether that be dynamic loft, so on and so forth, not allowing you, Matt, to kind of apply the golf club correctly.
Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting, but people always say equal strike to equal strike. A shaft obviously doesn't produce the launch and spin, which you agree with, but the shaft clearly produced some very different deliveries.
Brought in some big variances when you make impact as inconsistent as that obviously was there. So interesting.
Fun little test.
Cool. Excellent, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. A little bit of fun there. We've got some other really cool videos we've been up to today, so you'll see those throughout the week, and we'll talk to you again soon.